Okay, thank you. Just like everybody, excited to almost be on the football field practicing and looking forward to it and getting back with our players. Got three excellent players here with me: Landry Jones, senior quarterback; Ben Hayburn, senior center; and DeMontre Hurst, senior cornerback, that are all excellent leaders and going to be guys that we're hoping that are going to have great years. But we're really looking forward to the season. Hopefully we can be back having a chance to once again compete for the Big 12 championship. I think it's fair to say our league, when you add West Virginia and TCU, two teams coming off bowl wins, two ranked football teams, you put them with the rest of what we've been doing here in the Big 12, that our league is every bit as strong as it's ever been, if not stronger. So it'll be a challenging year. Also, you know, the non-conference schedule for us, when you add Notre Dame in to the equation with the rest of the league, it's a challenging and tough schedule, but one I know it's got the attention of our players, and it'll be exciting to work our way through.
Okay, we'll take questions for Coach. Be sure to give your name and your affiliation, please, as you ask the questions. I'll start up here with Barry.
Barry Trammell with the Oklahoma. Bob, I assume you've heard about the Penn State penalties. What's your initial reaction to them, and your thought on the NCAA getting involved, and then the severity of the penalties?
You know, my expertise is just in coaching football. So administrators, presidents, and them are, you trust they understand what needs to happen and doesn't. It's really not up to me to judge. The whole situation is just incredibly tragic. That's the only word I can use to describe the whole thing. I'm not one to, I don't know all the facts. I'm not one to judge, but in every way possible, children should always be protected by adults, and that's all I would say about it.
Questions for Coach? Got a question halfway back on the right.
Randy Griggs, Austin, American Statesman. Bob, can you just give us an assessment overall of your wide receiving core? You lost some guys, you got some new guys coming in. Where do you think it is?
Yeah, that's going to be a big part of what we're doing here in two-a-days. Two guys I know that were awfully, Kenny Stills has been a mainstay for us for a number of years, and we're expecting Kenny to have a great year. Trey Matoyer is a guy that we didn't have a year ago, that had a great spring consistently in every practice and every scrimmage we had. Really showed up, made competitive plays. So he's another guy that we're going to really count on. And then from there, it's going to be, we're going to have to see, because we're not able to work with the players in the summer. And a lot of these guys are new, the young, some of the young high school receivers we have in, and then with the addition of some junior college guys. So we've got a lot of work to do there, but I believe there's talent there to work with.
Got a question in the middle front, right here. Put your hand up against the shoulder. There you go. Thank you.
No, well, listen, Coach, the City Council down passed amendment for its expansion for the Cotton Bowl for new improvement. How you feel about the TCU game still be played there, but the tradition about that game there, and also the recruiting possibility that the kids still be a part of that tradition of playing the Cotton Bowl?
Yeah, it is pretty special playing in the Cotton Bowl. You just can't, the environment of a state fair surrounding that whole beautiful, I still say it's a beautiful stadium because of what it is. It's the Cotton Bowl, So to me, I'm kind of a stadium junkie. I like playing in all of them, and then playing the Cotton Bowl to me has always been pretty special. And hopefully they'll continue to make improvements to keep it there. When you look at the number of seats they've been able to add, is a major positive as well. But I guess, again, just pulling into that atmosphere with the state fair going on around it is pretty special not only for the teams, I'm sure for the fans as well.
Question on the outside left.
Tim Griffin with the San Antonio Express News. Your brother Mike is coming back in the program after being gone for several years. How do you feel like he's going to change your defense coming back? And the experiences he's had since he left your program the first time, how has he changed bringing him coming back?
Well, I'm excited to have Mike back, and for a number of reasons, not only personally but professionally. When we've worked together, it's been pretty positive. When you look at our years, and either competing at Iowa together as players, but also the years at Kansas State, coaching defense together. His first 5-6 years with us at Oklahoma up to 2003, we did pretty well overall. And so Mike can only do so much, though. It's just like any coach can. Players ultimately are the ones that win and lose for you. But I do believe in the last couple of years, for whatever reason, and we've really looked at it, that our defense hasn't been quite as strong as what we've been used to in our first 10, 12 years. So, so hopefully, we can make fewer mental mistakes and in some areas and be a little sharper in what we're doing to play more consistently and better defense. So that's what Mike will be working hard on, and I've got obviously a lot of faith in him.
Question halfway back in the way.
Sean Farber, Kansas State Collegian. You mentioned Kenny Stills a little bit. Is there a bit of a changing of the guard, if you will, with Landry now kind of changing his top target from Ryan Broyles to Kenny Stills? And how has Kenny been adjusting to that since Broyles has left?
Well, I'm sure there will be to some degree, but Landry and Kenny Stills, but it's also going to have to be other players. In this game, it's about everybody. So we're going to need other receivers to spread the field. We're going to need to run the football better than we did a year ago to create space back there to throw the ball. So it's kind of all of it working together. I think too much of the time it's all put on the quarterback. The quarterback's only as good as the guys surrounding them, and hopefully those guys will be able to be more consistent this year.
Question on the outside, right? We have two of them together.
Scott Fitzgerald, 34, the fan love of Texas. Landry struggled at the end of last season. What have you asked him to improve on moving forward into 2012?
I didn't ask him to have to improve on anything. I asked about 10 guys around him. They needed to improve. It's kind of like I said, everybody, Landry struggled. Nothing he did. The offense struggled. He had more drop passes. He had more drop passes in the last 3 games. Maybe we couldn't even keep track of how many. Didn't run the football as effectively as we needed to at all. All of that goes together. And so, to me, it's more of an issue of the offense and the offense around him than it is him.
Question on the outside, right?
Kellis from that with Wichita Eagle and Kansas City Star. Coach, how do you envision Blake Bell's role expanding this year within the offense?
How do I envision Blake Bell's role? Very much the same as what it has been. Blake's an excellent athlete, continues to do well. He throws the ball well, but we're not going to alternate quarterbacks, and so it'll stay pretty much the same. Red zone and short yardage, those situations. We want to, you get the extra hat, you get the extra blocker on somebody, and you got a guy 260 pounds that's 6'6" falling forward. It's usually possible.
Question on the front row.
Coach, what was your initial reaction to the game in that dress?
I didn't have much of one.
Bob, you got a married quarterback now. I don't think you've ever had one. You going to coach a married guy any different?
I got a married quarterback. Good for him. He's got a special wife too. So we'll coach Landry like we always have. And I did, probably need to say there's the opportunities there, but he's got a great mentor and a great coach in Josh Heupel, who's really groomed and coached a lot of great quarterbacks, and he's doing a great job, I believe, working with Landry.
Question in the middle.
John Harris, Pittsburgh Tribune Review. Coach, West Virginia, new to the league, preseason number 2, quarterback, preseason offensive player of the year. Just your thoughts? This new member coming in and a pretty high reputation early.
Absolutely. The team, I've finished finished the year in a great way, with a huge win. Geno Smith, an excellent quarterback, not only throws, can run it, the high-powered offense, an excellent football team. So it's kind of how one of my opening remarks, I believe, with these guys coming in, they're both teams that are used to winning championships. So it's going to be tough. It's made the league really difficult. So, but at the same time, it's exciting. And I know geographically it's a little bit different, but I think that's okay too. Why not expand your boundaries a little bit? In today's world, the way, you cover media, you can cover anybody, and same thing, traveling anymore, it's pretty reasonable no matter where you go. So I think it's a positive.
Outside of that.
Stephen Hawkes with the AP. Bob, the last couple of years we've been here, we've talked about what's going to happen in this league because there were so many questions. Talk about the difference on stability now. Bob Bowlesby's coming in, we have 2 new members, and just how different things.
Yeah, I think should be pretty obvious that that it's a great league, and Bob Bowlesby has a great track record of leadership and success. You look at the contractual agreements throughout the league are strong. So and again, you look at the TV contracts, on and on, with everything, the revenue sharing. It's all, to me, it's all positive and shows great stability. And again, the quality of teams shows great strength. And for us to move forward and continue to develop our conference.
Coach Jason Curran from the Oklahoman. With the loss of a couple of All-Big 12 defensive ends, do you feel confident that the pass rush will still be effective with RJ and David taking over as starters?
Well, yeah, I do in that, we've got other guys coming up that hopefully can be those kind of guys. RJ Washington and David King are both seniors and have played a lot of football for us. We've got some young guys coming up too. Chuka Nejule is doing an excellent job, and then even some young, Michael Anoha, Charles Tapper, 2 young freshmen that we're really excited about. That hopefully can also jump in there and help us some. So other guys have to do it, and then you have to do it a little bit through blitzes and the timing of those. So hopefully we'll be able to do it.
Chris Middle, halfway back.
Bob, Cedric Goldcross, American Statesman. Could you tell us a little bit about what Dominique Whaley's worry is in his rehab, and the other guys are going to have to step up and running back as well?
Yeah, Dominique is a guy that has trained well, and he's been cleared to do everything. He's out there running and training, and I'm not able to work with him, so it's a little bit tough. And I don't think even Dom knows until you get the pads on, and you got to make that sudden cut, and is he going to feel comfortable doing it, and all. He says he feels really good, and he's working well. But again, until you get out there, it's kind of hard to say. The other guys, Brennan Clay, Roy Finch have been mainstays, have been good football players for us. Hopefully they can continue to do that or more, have better years and contribute. And we've got a bunch of young guys that are all in, and Damian Williams, a junior college guy, and then a couple of young freshmen that are really talented players. So it'll be fun to get out there in those first that first week to start bringing those guys along.
Person on the right.
Sean with the Legion. Can you talk about your offensive line a little bit? You got 2 new players ranked on the preseason All-Big 12 poll. Your offensive line was pretty good last year, so just talk about that.
I think our offensive line should be one of our better units this year with the experience they have, the quality of players up there. A year ago, they did a great job protecting the quarterback. I still believe we could have run the football better than we did. I believe we'll hopefully be able to do that this year. We will sure, put the emphasis on it. But there's a lot of experience there and quality play. Darrell Williams is the one new guy coming in who's really, we believe it has a chance to be a really good football player. So then the rest of the guys are all back. So I think it's going to be a good unit.